Welcome everyone! Today we are going to do the last layer, opaque layer. We are painting like Baroque masters. We did the first monochromatic layer and then we did the transparent layer, and now it's completely dry. It has been 2 days. In the opaque layer, we're gonna work from dark to light. Since it's opaque, the light oil paint will show itself on the darkest shade. Let me show you my brushes. Maybe I'm not gonna use all of them, but probably I will end up using most of them. This is my sable brush, the big sable brush. This is my small. These are my filbert and flat brushes. The smallest one is the only round brush I have. And I also have this as extra if I need another big but on the smaller side brush. Okay, I wanna start from the background. As I said in the first 2 videos, for the second layer, the transparent layer, I used all my transparent colors, all my transparent paint, but this time I'm going to use my opaque paint. But what I realized, I don't have any opaque blue. But if you mix your transparent paint with another opaque paint, such as black or white or other opaque paints, then it's going to become opaque. For the background, I'm going to use cool color, which is Prussian blue. I'm going to add some alkyd medium so that it dries faster, but I think it's easier to use it in a cup like this. I'm going to paint these blues, but one of them will be a cool shade and the dark one will be a warmer shade. So this is my Prussian blue, and I'm just going to get just a little bit of a titanium white, because if I take too much, then it is going to make it really light. Titanium white is a very dense paint. Don't be stingy about your paint, guys. The more paint is the better. I know they're expensive, but it really matters. It really shows in the end. So don't hesitate to add as much paint as possible. So here is the darkest ones, and I'm just gonna add that blue. I like this blue, not bad. For the darker shades, I'm just going to add a little bit of black. Don't use plain black, guys, because it really affects the depth of your painting. It makes it really dull. Here is, let me add this shadow here as well. Now it's my other darkest shade here in this reference photo is the purple. I have warm transparent purple. I don't have the opaque one, but hey, I can still use it, and it's okay if the lower layers show because I have already 2 layers in. I'm gonna add just a little bit of black to my purple because it's really dark at the bottom of the chest. Now I'm adding that darkest layer of purple. I'm using a smaller brush here because I don't need that large brush. And this Da Vinci brush, guys, is perfect at blending. I use it in my portraits. I highly recommend it. You can find my supply list in the description section. And I added some lighter shades of purple by adding some white. I forgot, I just poured some tea for myself, but I forgot to drink it. Let's give it a mini break. Now the orange part, I added some oil to my orange, and I needed to kind of make it more neutral, so I added some blue in it so that it kind of neutralized. Now it has low chroma, so it looks more natural orange. If you have excessive paint, if you want to remove it, you can just do it with a clean brush, just like this. Or you can dip it in your mineral spirits and then you can try it that way if you want. I'm going to add the whites in the last section because remember, we're going from darkest to lightest. I'm just looking at other areas where I should add orange while still have orange on my painting brush. I'm just gonna add a little bit more bluish green, and it neutralizes it because it's very reddish orange. So now it's even more neutralized. You can see the difference now. Now for the duck fur, you can see some really bright blues and very tainted green. It's like a little bit of almost brownish green. Let's make those now. I have warm blue. Now I'm going to use warm blue. I use cool blue, the Parisian blue, for the background. But for the front part, look at that beautiful blue and green, just kind of transitions into each other. I'm gonna choose the warm shades for the duck so that we can create that depth and illusion. So this is my ultramarine blue, which is a warm blue. I'm using the darkest ones first, and then I'm gonna add some titanium white and add the highlights. By the way, while I'm working on this nature piece, I can hear the sound of the nature from outside the window. It's kind of funny. It's beautiful. Let's add some white and add those light blue shades while you are listening to the sounds coming out of my window. Let's add a little bit more white and add all the lightest blues. You know, when you're adding the lightest layer, your brush picks up some underlying dark paint as well. So don't forget to clean that in between the layers of this light shadow, because otherwise that dirty brush will add some darkest tones as well as the lightest tones. Now for the green, I only have one warm green, so I'm just going to add sap green. This is transparent as well, but I'm going to mix it with a little bit of blue. And because it's brownish, I'm just going to turn it into a little bit more opaque brownish color later. But now I'm adding it here. Now I can see some brownish tone, so adding some brown in it. It's like a khaki color, you know? I'm gonna add some burnt sienna. But guys, look how strong burnt sienna is. It just ruined every color I just created. It's hilarious. Okay, with burnt sienna, be careful. With titanium white, be careful. They're really, really strong. A bit more dark blue. I'm just softening out those boundaries because otherwise it looks really, really sharp. I mean, we are not making a hyper realistic painting here, but just softening out those boundaries will be a game changer. I'm adding all these browns wherever I see them. Now I can show you that how important it is to use the flat brush here, because when you're doing the fur details or when you're going over the boundaries, flat brush gives the easiest and the best results. Even making the circular eye with this flat brush was amazing. It was so easy. We forgot the background, like the lightest colors. And for that, I'm going to use again cool white. And for cool white, I need to mix cool blue into my titanium white. Because titanium white is neutral, guys. It's not cool or warm, it's neutral. And when I add blue in it, it's going to be a cool white. It changes everything, doesn't it? Adding different shades now. I'm just darkening it up a little bit. And look how I blend them with lateral movements of my brush. Here, the same thing. A little bit of darker here. The left bottom corner is the darkest one in terms of the background, so I'm just gonna keep there as dark. I highly recommend you to use some soft brushes here. It makes the transitions easier and more natural. The most complicated part is the right bottom part of the lake because there's some waves there. I'm gonna work on that in a second. Let's add some lighter blue shade first. And I'm gonna add darker cool blue, even adding more black if I need to, and add the wave effect. Guys, look how I'm holding the brushes. Either hold them from the middle or from the back of your brush. Don't hold it like a pencil because then it's not going to become a painting, it's gonna become like a drawing. It's a bad habit. Now I'm not adding a new paint, but I'm kind of playing with the paint that's already on canvas. Sometimes you can do that, especially for blending the boundaries. I forgot the beak. So I need pink. I have warm red, cadmium red medium, and I'm going to add some white in it. Just a little bit. Oh, it's a very pretty pink. Gonna add some oil. Let's try. Again, I'm applying it with my flat brush. This is good for the lightest part, but I'm going to add a little bit more red and add the darker part. Nice. Now, as the last step, I'm going to add the highlights, which are white, like the lightest parts. I am gonna warm the white up because we are working on the duck, and duck needs warm shades so that it creates the correct depth for us. And for that, I added just a little bit of yellow into my white. And I'm adding all these lightest colors now. Again, I have a flat brush. I forgot the nostril on the beak, so I'm just gonna add it just a little bit here, and I'm gonna add the highlight with white so that it has that depth. Look. Look, look, look. Nice. And for the eye, there's like a reflection in the eye. So let me add that as well with my warm white. There you go. Very subtle. A little bit of fur effect. I haven't used my small round brush at all, guys. I did everything my small flat brush. And for some blending, I used my filbert brushes. This looks good to me. I hope you liked it too. Let me show it from another angle. Oh, oops, it's kind of shiny. So let me turn off the light. 1 second. Nice. Did you like it? I hope this was helpful for you guys. You can see the illusion now, like the cool blue looks in the background and the warm shades look more forward. Look at my face, guys. Oil painting is a messy business. I look hilarious. But we are having fun. Hey, that is more important, right? If you're a beginner in oil painting, don't forget to check out these other videos of mine as well. Bye!